Animated Anarchy series presents the Animated Showdown.
All right, what's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday afternoon. We've already had quite the productive week here on the When Tunes Combined YouTube channel. Can't necessarily say what happened on Sunday for Family Fight Night yet because we haven't recorded it yet because this is being recorded on a Saturday night. But big things have already happened. We're here for episode 21 of Animated Showdown. By the way, after, once we get to episode 27 of Hour of Power and Animated Showdown, that's the last of stage 2. So we've blown through stage 2 pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yep.
Quicker. It seems like quicker than one.
Yeah. Cat was messing with the cord, so I had to.
And we're putting 5 episodes in Showdown now too. So
yeah. So it's going by like stage 2 is almost stage 2 is half done.
Yeah, because we did a special and then we did another special.
Yeah, exactly. So Dave's just making sure that his camera didn't go out because of his cat. All right.
Dude always got to mess with me when I'm doing something, man.
Yeah. All right, tonight's battles are STEINS Gate taking on HARVEY BIRDMAN, attorney at law. Beavis and Butthead versus Action League Now. New Kids on the Block takes on Pirates of Dark Water. By the way, if Pirates of Dark Water gets a sweep here tonight, they move into that upper echelon with the other island of misfit toy, with the other, misfit toys in the island. Rick and Morty, the anime, takes on Assassination Classroom, and in the main event, it's Jackie Chan Adventures versus Danny Phantom. Danny Phantom, if they get swept, they're in the bottom tier, which I didn't think. A lot of people are probably going to be coming after our heads if that happens. A lot of people that grew up watching that show. But, all right. So everybody's got their game face on. We're getting ready to get the there you go, Dave.
It's lunchtime.
So, all right. We're going to get the randomizer going. 5 categories are going to pick. We're going to judge. Oh, by the way, I'm Dutchy. That's Money E. That's Wildcard Dave. I forgot to do the introductions.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's lunchtime.
Yeah. Man, if they don't know who we are by now.
Yep, just go to the previous episode. You'll find out. Yeah.
So, all right. 5 categories are going to be picked via the randomizer. If a show wins 3-0, they get 30 points. 3-1, they get 20. 3-2, they get 10. Loser gets 5. If you are swept, you lose 10 points. Let's head on over to the randomizer, see what we get. I know we were a big fan of the category. We were big fans of the categories we got on Saturday.
Yep.
So, can everybody see the screen?
You see.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Dave, you can see it?
Yep.
All right, go. All right, here we go. 1 hit. And all right. We got animation style. So it's starting us off again. Cultural impact. We got voice acting this time.
Wait.
What?
Voice acting.
Yeah. All right. Animation style, cultural impact, voice acting, fan base, originality. So we got 2 different categories than we had Saturday.
Yep.
Dave, how do we feel?
I like the first. I really like the third category. I like those categories a lot.
All right. Eric, how do we feel? I know you're not a big fan of voice acting, but...
Yeah, not for this episode. Otherwise, I like it. Probably because of one particular
Oh yeah, one particular battle's got you like, ugh. All right, so animation impact. So now, do you think that these categories that were picked kind of change the way you think a certain battle is going to go?
Um, maybe, yeah, maybe for one or two, maybe for one or two. I don't.
Yeah.
I think it's.
There's some interesting matchups, especially.
Yeah, I don't want to give anything away either. So.
All right,
Yeah.
well, here we are. All right. So we're going to go ahead. The first battle is Steins Gate taking on Harvey Birdman, attorney at law. Steins Gate in the division of Dave's lovely wife, Amanda. By the way, she is 0-1. But no points and nothing's been taken away. Taking on Harvey Birdman, attorney at law, is in the division of Sean's wife, Danielle. And she's 1-0. She's got 10 points. So a battle of judges' wives, even though Sean's not here.
And one of them's not here.
Yeah. Sean's still stuck at the Bandits game. He's been there for 3 days. So
He couldn't find his car on the way out.
yeah.
And Buffalo's not the best place.
Some kids stole it.
Buffalo is not the best place to get stranded.
No, not at all.
Yeah. So all right. So we start with animation style. You have an anime taking on an Adult Swim show. Who had the better animation? Dave, you're starting us here.
I'm going with the anime here. Who would have guessed that? I'm going with Steins Gate. I just think it's more modern, it's higher, more detailed production. It's got detailed backgrounds. I feel like the character movements are more fluid as well. I think it's a little more consistent. And I just feel like their digital animations are also very common nowadays, and I think they did a pretty good job with the detail on those as well. I think it's very well rounded visually. Looking at Steins Gate, Harvey Birdman, attorney at law, it was Hanna-Barbera cartoon, right?
Yeah. By the way, it's a different side of Hanna. Well, it's more like Cartoon Network than it is really Hanna-Barbera, but a lot of Hanna-Barbera cartoon characters are involved. It's like a darker side of Hanna-Barbera.
Right. I just feel like it was limited animation because of its time. Compared to Steins Gate. And so for that reason, I went with Steins Gate.
Okay. Normally, when it comes to cartoon versus anime, I would love to argue with you, but in this case, I can't. I also went with Steins Gate. Because it's just a better animation. And this is like, like we said, yes, it's Harvey Birdman's Hanna-Barbera, but this is like Cartoon Network had completely taken that over.
Yeah. Are you surprised, because you weren't really into anime like that, are you surprised at how good their animations are?
Yeah, I'm surprised that not necessarily surprised. It's refreshing, I guess, because there are certain cartoons even that I like where the animation's just like, yeah.
You're right.
But no, they're very good at animation, and a lot of them are. I mean, there are some animes where it's just like, yeah, they could do better.
Yeah, like Seven Deadly Sins is one I would say that their animation is kind of lackluster, but it's still a good show.
Yeah. So, all right, Eric, go ahead.
I'm going with Gate here. Stein Gate.
I said it too. You jerk.
Yeah.
Well, you just said you were agreeing with Dave.
Oh,
I thought he said I'm agreeing too.
Oh.
no.
I
No,
thought he
I
said
said-
I thought I just heard him
And then
say
he
he's
said,
agreeing
and then
with
he
Dave.
said, and then he said gate, which
Oh.
kind of sounded
Gate.
similar to Dave.
That's a gate.
Yeah.
But I see where you're saying, Dutchy, because he said I'm agreeing to gate,
Yeah.
and then
I thought he said Dave, and I was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like, wait a
No,
minute.
he just said gate without Steins in front of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just like, wait a minute. I'm on the side of you guys here, and I'm still getting shunned. And I'm the boss. All right. Steins Gate is up 1-0. This is how quickly this could fall off the rails. And Sean's not here. So, all right. Cultural impact is the next category. Eric, why don't you start?
Yeah. I think this is an easy one. I think Gate takes it here. It's an anime. Isn't it one of the original animes? Dave, if I'm not mistaken.
It's created. I could tell you exactly when it was created, but it's not like an original anime, like way back, but it's pretty back there.
I think it's one.
It's like early 2000s. Early 2000s it came out.
Yeah, when anime was really catching fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when anime really entered the Western, it was like early 90s with like DBC and Sailor Moon and stuff like that. And then you had all the animes after that really killed it over here.
Yeah, and then like Adult Swim started putting the animes on Adult Swim.
Which is beneficial for them. I mean, why not?
I'm not disagreeing with it. I'm just saying you did it.
Yeah, that was a smart move from them. You're putting a good product on your channel.
Yeah, you're trying to attract an audience to something new.
Yep, exactly. And they did a great job. I'm thankful for them.
Yeah,
because that's how I watched Dragon Ball Z for the first time and Naruto and stuff like that, and really got me into these type of shows.
Yeah. By the way, I'm also going with Steins Gate. I just feel like because I don't see Harvey Birdman as impactful.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, Dave, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you guys. I mean, Harvey Birdman, I think it has its place in history, but I don't think it places an impact in history. So Steins Gate, I mean, it's had a pretty profound impact within anime community. It has really good storytelling and stuff like that. So I'm going with Steins Gate. I think what word am I just lost what I was saying.
Been there.
Yeah, no, it happens to me frequently lately. No, I just was saying like because it had like multiple things that it could attract people. But I lost the word that means double meaning. Anyway, so but because of the different ways that it attracts people, I feel like it has more of an impact. Because then it can attract a broader audience.
Yeah. And it's very engaging too.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is.
All right. They're up 2-0. They can sweep, and Harvey Birdman could lose the 10 points that they earned with that hard-fought victory over Solar Opposites in stage 1. But Sean can't get in trouble for this because he's not here. We go to voice acting. Who had the better voice acting? I went with Harvey Birdman because of Gary Cole. Gary Cole, who's a phenomenal actor. He's done several voice work. I mean, he took over the lead on NCIS, which was hard to do. Mark Harmon had it for 20 years, and now Gary Cole's kind of made it his own. So he's a tremendous actor. He can play a serious role. He can play a sarcastic role, which is what Harvey Birdman is. So that's why I went with Harvey Birdman here. Dave, go ahead.
Yeah. See, this one is difficult because I feel like they excel in different areas of voice acting.
Yeah.
Like Steins Gate, I feel like you get the more dramatic, emotional type of voice acting, where Harvey Birdman, you get that style that's kind of like an exaggerated delivery, comedic timing type voice acting, which I kind of like. It's like a deadpan humor type deal.
Yeah. By the way, it's meant to be a comedic show.
Yeah, which is why it's a toss up for me. It's very difficult, but I'm gonna go the other way here from you. I'm gonna go with Steins Gate just because the emotional impact that they have in their voice acting.
Okay. All right. I already know. I already think I know where you're going, but say it anyway.
No, you don't. I'm agreeing with you, Doug. I went with Outlaw because of Gary Cole too.
Well, somebody checked the weather forecast and hell, it just froze over.
Because I made a good point for Harvey too.
Yeah, but that's the thing too, is that like, it just, Harvey Birdman, because you get to see a lighter side, and especially like a more darker side to a lot of the beloved Hanna-Barbera characters.
Right.
Like, and by the way, that it was also kind of traumatizing to a lot of young kids. It's just like, Yogi Bear and Boo Boo getting arrested for, stuff that I really can't repeat.
And Stephen Colbert is
Stephen Colbert was in it too.
Yep.
So, all right. So Harvey Birdman not getting swept. So they're not going to lose points. But now we move on to fan base. Dave, just
I'm going with Steins Gate. I think it's larger fan base. It's more globally recognized. I think it's very popular. It's a long-running anime franchise as well. I feel, and it's a manga did really really good, and it's highly engaged in the social medias as well. So I think its fan base is pretty significant. I feel like Harvey Birdman is kind of lost in the times.
Oh yeah, like it's one of those to where like it was an Adult Swim original, because they're just like, all right, we have an idea, and we're gonna kind of ruin a lot of kids' childhoods by doing this idea. By the way, I also went with Steins Gate because anime's just got a huge fan base.
It does, and it grows every day, I feel.
Yeah.
I'm also going Steins Gate.
All right. So Steins Gate is going to win here. 20 points is going to be awarded to Steins Gate. Harvey Birdman does not lose points. But speaking of losing something, we're about to lose brain cells, because the next battle is Beavis and Butthead versus Action League Now.
Oh God.
By the way, Paramount Plus did us a service this week by taking Action League Now off of Paramount Plus.
It did. That's why I couldn't find it.
I happened to watch it earlier in the week. That's why I was able to find it. It got taken off on January 1st.
I just want to say everything about these shows is what I don't like about shows.
Yeah. All right. Beavis and Butthead in a division.
I rather watch Juniper Lee and what's the other ones that I really like? Josie and the Pussycats. Yeah, I'd rather watch that than watch both of these.
Oh boy.
That's saying a lot.
Yeah. Beavis and Butthead in the division of Sean's mother, Bonnie Fedcheck. Action League Now in the division of Karen Bianco. Oh, by the way, Action League now actually is in that category to where they can end up in the bottom of the barrel because they have -10 points. Ow! Stupid cat just clawed me. I'm in the middle of a show.
Maybe my cat was talking to him through the mic.
Yeah, something just happened here. Like, I think she's been upstairs all day, and now she comes down when I'm doing a show and she claws me right in the leg. All right, that's gonna end up as a short. I'll be done in about a half hour. All right. Okay, so and Action League now, if they get swept, they are going to be in that bottom of the barrel territory, which is where they belong. We start with animation style. Beavis and Butthead was animated or regular animation, and Action League now is stop motion animation. Eric, go ahead.
Unfortunately, I'm going Beavis. I just think their animation is cleaner and more detailed.
Okay.
That might be the nicest thing that I say about Beavis and Butthead.
All right, Dave.
Yeah, I'd have to go with Beavis and Butthead here. The traditional cartoon drawing. I'm not really a huge fan of the stop motion.
Yeah. I also went with Beavis and Butthead because I prefer traditional animation over the stop motion myself. So they are up 1-0. They are 2 away from a sweep. And we move on now to cultural impact. Shut up, you stupid cat. I'll be done soon. All right. Cultural impact. I actually went with Beavis and Butthead because I feel like they're more remembered than Action League now is.
That's not saying much.
Yeah, I know, but
no, I know.
All right, Dave, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going with Beavis and Butthead here. I definitely think it has more of an impact than Action League now. It's definitely was a talking point at some point when it was out. It did have an impact, but its impact is fading. I feel like with the times. I feel like eventually neither of these shows will be remembered, and rightfully so.
Right. All right, Eric.
I'm going Beavis too, just because they do have a quote following.
They do. People that act just like them.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say that, but thanks, Dave.
You're welcome. I'll take the heat this time.
Yeah. Please do. Man, now I'm starting to realize what you go through with your cat every week, Dave.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Finally, he's chilling and just laying down. Realized.
Yeah. Yeah. Now my cat's the one that's acting like a little.
You heard Dave.
Huh?
I said I heard Dave through the mic.
Yeah. So, I'm doing a show. Shut up. Your father needs to hurry up and get back into town. It's my brother's cat. All right. 2-0. Beavis and Butthead. They get a sweep if they win the next category, which is voice acting. Both voice. Eric.
I'm going Beavis. I think even though I hate it, their voice acting is better.
Okay. I went the opposite way. I said I'm going with Action League now just because Beavis and Butthead's voice has just annoyed the crap out of me.
They make you want to punch a hole in a wall?
Yeah, but because I watched it in my new apartment, I realized I couldn't.
I feel you. That's why I got a punching bag in the garage.
Yeah. All right. Dave, you're breaking the tie.
Yeah, I'm going with you, Doug. I can't stand the way they sound. I really cannot. I know I've been doing the little laugh, but that's because I watched it and I can't get it out of my head now. So it's stuck there. But I really hate it. I do not like how they sound. I don't like their characters. Delete it.
Yeah.
Delete it.
All right.
Not even trying to hate. I just watching a couple episodes of that. I just Jesus. I don't understand what people like about it. Like I want someone that's a fan of Beavis and Butthead to please tell me what you like about that show. Put it in the comments.
Yeah. All right. So Beavis and Butthead, they're up 2-1. They can still win it with the next category, which is fan base. So Action League Now is not going to get swept. But we move on to fan base. Who had the bigger fan base? I'm going to go ahead and start because I went with Beavis and Butthead just because, again, I feel like they're talked about more. And it's just like Action League Now, I think, is just one of those shows that's kind of forgotten.
Yep.
100%.
I mean,
I didn't even know what Action League Now was until you did this.
Well, the only reason why I got put on the thing to be part of this series is because I saw a Watch Mojo list, which was top 10 animated shows that rotted our brains in the 90s. By the way, Beavis and Butthead were on their list too.
They were number 2?
No, they were on the list too. No, I think they were number 1.
Wow.
So, all right, Dave, you're up.
Yeah, I'm going with Beavis and Butthead here. They definitely have a significant larger fan base, I believe.
All right.
And I would say it's still a little more relevant to this day than Action League Now.
Yeah. All right, Eric.
I'm going Beavis. Just bigger fan. Yeah.
All right. Beavis and Butthead is going to get the 3-1 victory. Action League Now does not lose any points, but Beavis and Butthead has a victory now. Probably one of the only ones they're going to get. All right.
That's Sean's favorite show.
Oh, well, he's got to root for it because his mother has it. But I mean, he doesn't have to root for it. It's his decision whether or not he decides to. Just like you don't have to technically root for the shows in your wife's division.
I don't if I don't think they should win.
Yeah. I mean, she has some good ones though.
Yeah, she does. She's got like Digimon, which is
she's got good. Digimon. She's got. I'm always gonna,
Care Bears.
Stand up and fight for Adventures of the Gummy Bears. I've got the shirt on.
Oh, Gummy Bears. Yeah, I don't know why I said Care Bears.
Yeah. So I'm always gonna vouch for that show, as everybody heard on Sunday's episode, or they're going to hear once they listen to it once we record it, because then I will be obviously vouching for that show. And Voltron, that's also a top-notch show too.
Yep, it's pretty good.
Yeah. And by the way, Steins Gate just won, so she's got that too. So
yeah.
But all right,
all right.
Yeah. Well, anyway, all right. So now we move on. It's New Kids on the Block versus the Pirates of Dark Water. New Kids on the Block in the division of John Mealy. Pirates of Dark Water in the division of Mark McGee. If the Pirates of Dark Water sweep here, they move into that upper echelon of shows, which is really an island of misfit toys right now. Ninja Turtles, Mighty Ducks the Animated Series, Muppet Babies, Magic School Bus, Alf the Animated Series, and 16.
Wow.
I don't think anybody had it on their bingo cards that those would be the upper echelon of shows right now.
Nope, not me.
I mean, and I like, obviously Ninja Turtles is one of my favorite shows, but even I'm just like, well, I mean, so I can understand that being up there, but the rest of them, you know, or Magic School Bus definitely up there too.
Yeah.
All right. We start with animation style. Who had the better animation style? Eric, I'm starting with you.
I think the Pirates, the Dark Water had the better anime. I think it was more cleaner, more detailed, and better.
Yeah. By the way, they're another Hanna-Barbera. Dave, go ahead.
I figured it was.
Yeah, I agree with Eric. I feel like Pirates of the Dark Water significantly had better and more detailed animation.
Okay. I agree again because they're Hanna-Barbera. So that's why I picked them. And by the way, they recently just got put on Tubi, so I was actually able to watch a few episodes. Because they're one of those cartoons that really hadn't been available anywhere.
Wow.
But now Tubi's got it. Well, at least for like the next couple of months, Tubi will have them. But all right. We move on to cultural impact. This one was a little bit more difficult because both shows really didn't last very long. I mean, Pirates of Dark Water had 2 seasons, but I'll go first if I can find my answer. All right, I went with New Kids on the Block just because New Kids on the Block was a boy band and they were popular enough to get a show.
Yep.
So, all right, Eric, go ahead.
I went the opposite. I went with Pirates. I think the Pirates theme had an impact on some people.
Okay. All right, Dave, you're breaking a tie.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you here, Dutchie. I'm going with New Kids on the Block. I think their mainstream dominance in pop culture at the time really helped with the show, and vice versa. I feel like it did both. The show helped them, and they helped promote the show. So I feel like that impact there. When you got like an icon that you can actually go see, go listen to, buy their CDs and stuff, I feel like that brings more of an impact than just the show itself.
Okay. Yeah. By the way, Eric.
Yeah.
No, I just stuck my tongue out actually because Dave agreed with me.
I thought I did something wrong.
No, it was just me sticking my tongue out at you. All right. Voice acting. Who had the better voice acting? Eric, you can start.
I went with Pirates again. I thought they had better voice actors.
Okay. Let's see. What did I? Yeah, Dave, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going with the one that had Tim Curry, Brock Peters, Jodie Benson, Peter Cullen. I'm going with Pirates of the Dark Water. I thought they really did a fantastic job with their voice acting. The Kids on the New Block, I feel like they had poor quality voice actors. Not gonna lie, I thought it was poor quality in their voice acting, and so the other side had well-respected, renowned voice actors, and they played their part well.
Yeah. By the way, Hector Elizondo was also on there too. He's most famous for his role on Last Man Standing as Ed Elizate,
and Frank Welker, if we didn't say him too.
Oh yeah, I mean,
they had a star-studded cast.
Exactly. All right. So I also went with Pirates of the Dark Water as well. They are up 2-1. They can win it the next category. They're not going to make it up into that upper echelon. They did because they didn't sweep. But we go to fan base, And this one obviously is a little tricky because we are dealing with, one of the shows is based off a boy band that, by the way, was popular back when they were a boy band. Dave, you're going to start.
This one was tough because do you go with loyalty or sheer size? And I think here I'm going to go with sheer size of their fan base. I'm going to give it to New Kids on the Block. I think they were massive, global mainstream, and it brought in a lot of fans. For that reason, I'm going with them.
All right. Eric?
I'm going the opposite. I went with Pirates. From what I read, I think they have a better, bigger fan base.
All right. So now I break the tie. I went with New Kids. And the reason why I went with New Kids is, again, they were an established product. They get a show because they were an established product. By the way, I think they were not together very long after the show ended because they were not necessarily new kids anymore.
Yeah.
So, but just because they brought in that audience to, of fans that they had, that's why I think they get the nod. What do you know? We got a battle that's going to full 5.
Yep.
Yeah. Who would have thought this would have been the one?
I didn't think that. All right. Originality is the final category. And who had the more original concept? All right, you put your hand up first, so you're going first.
I'm going with the Pirates of Dark Water here. I think it's definitely more original concept, more ambitious concept in the realm of the early 90s. New Kids on the Block, I mean, it's just another group of boys doing some songs and stuff. I mean, we've seen that a million times.
Yeah.
I think the Pirates of the Dark Water really take the originality here.
Okay, so I'm going to go next because I went on the other side, and I'm going to tell you why. I don't think Eric's really going to agree with me anyway, but I went with New Kids on the Block because I feel like they were kind of the first ones to do that, because you try to see the new kids also try to navigate through like everyday life. Like the first episode is Joey wanting to go to a real school and him trying to navigate, but like all these people, they had their fans, and it's like, oh my God, new kids. And they're like kind of the first ones to really navigate, try to lead normal lives, even though they can't lead normal lives because they're so freaking famous. And I feel like with the Pirates of Dark Water, like there's been, and not necessarily shows about like actual pirates, but there's been like mythical, like dark fantasy sci-fi shows like that before.
Yeah.
So I went with New Kids there. All right, Eric, you're breaking the tie. Who you kissing up to?
I think you swayed me.
I did?
So I'm going. Yeah, you did. You made good points there.
I'm
So
scared
I'm going
now.
with New Kids.
You're going with New Kids?
Yeah.
Did not see that one coming.
You didn't see that. I didn't see that coming.
No, he really did sway me.
New Kids got a dub.
Who thought that was going to happen?
Not me. I enjoyed Pirates of the Dark Water a little better.
Oh, I'm not saying I didn't like it. I'm just saying is that like there were just categories I felt like it did. It's the categories that got picked that helped New Kids win this thing.
Yeah, I believe so, for sure.
Yep.
I mean, Pirates of Dark Water, like I was pretty sure they were going to sweep. Like I thought they were going to get the sweep here, and New Kids
Most
on the
of my
Block not only
categories
won
were
toe to
pirates.
toe, but they won.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, nobody
They
had
did.
that. Nobody had
No.
that on their spreadsheet.
Yeah. Their bingo books.
Yeah, I thought you guys were gonna me the ones I picked. That's why I didn't expect it to go all the way to 5.
All right, so we have a shocker here. New Kids on the Block wins at 3-2. They're going to get the 10 points, and they're going to get on the board because they did lose in stage 1 to Gravedale High. But New Kids on the Block, they get 10 points. Pirates of Dark Water, even though they lost, they still get 5. So they don't come out of this empty-handed.
Yeah, that's good.
All
Good
right.
job swaying me, Doug.
Huh?
I said nice job.
Oh, because I swayed
That
you?
swayed. Yeah.
Yeah, by the way, I'm still shocked.
You did make some excellent points.
Yeah. Well, thank you. All right.
You're welcome.
So up next, we got another anime battle. It's Rick and Morty the anime versus Assassination Classroom. Rick and Morty the anime in the division of Neil Thompson. Assassination Classroom in the division of my sister Mindy Hummer. I'm going to get in trouble for this because they are ex-boyfriend and ex-girlfriend. So the fact that I put them against each other, I am in trouble.
Well, I don't think that you'd be in trouble because you're putting them against each other. It's not like they're on the same team.
Well,
You know?
No, what I mean by like, it's just like one of those things to where like, you know, I try not to put people against each other that have had like issues with one another.
Uh-huh.
But there have been times where that has happened because I just completely forget about it.
That's okay.
I mean, it's going to make it for an entertaining battle because this one I'm actually looking forward to because I thought, you know, both shows are actually pretty good. So this is going to be another close one.
Yeah.
We're going to be on the air for a month doing this episode. All right. Animation style starts us off here. Who had the better animation style? Eric, you're going to start.
Both animators were pretty good, but I give the slight edge to Classroom. I just thought it was more detailed and more cleaner.
All right. I'm going to go next because I went the opposite direction. I went Rick and Morty, the anime. I just felt like it was, to be honest with you, I think that the Rick and Morty animation is better than the actual Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
So I went Rick and Morty. Dave, you're breaking the tie.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with Eric here. I'm going Assassination Classroom. They're produced by Studio Lurch. It's pretty consistent animation. I gotta say, they had smooth animation, smooth motion, detailed character designs, and well-executed action sequences. I feel like Rick and Morty, the anime, sometimes I've found it a little choppy, in my opinion. And I feel like its animation was limited at times. So for that reason, I went with the more fluid and more visually polished anime here, and I went with Assassination Classroom.
Fair enough. By the way, both shows are 0-1, so they're looking for their first win. Assassination Classroom up 1-0, 2 away from a sweep. We go to Cultural Impact. Now, this one to me was kind of difficult because it's not real Rick and Morty. It's Rick and Morty, the anime, but it's still really kind of like you're drawing the Rick and Morty fans into this, hemisphere or atmosphere, however you want to call it. So I went with Rick and Morty, the anime. Plus, I actually enjoyed this a lot more than I actually thought I was gonna. So, Dave, you go ahead.
Yeah, I went the opposite way here just because the Rick and Morty anime itself received a lot of negative reviews from its viewers and fandom. They were saying it was confusing, disappointing compared to the original series. Um,
I
so
thought it was better.
Wi-
Honestly.
I agree with it is like a little better looking. But I don't know. I found Assassination Classroom to be more impactful. It's a standalone.
Yeah.
It's got a compelling story, good character development, and different themes about it. Um, and it's manga success. I mean, it's had over 27 million copies sold in the year 2023. So I mean, it's had a good impact. So I feel like I'm picking them over
Okay.
here.
I mean, yeah, and no, Assassination Classroom was good. They're both good.
Yeah. It's just I've seen quite a few negative reviews in the community, in the socials and stuff
Yeah.
about Rick and Morty, and the fans weren't happy with it. So I just went with the one that had less negative to it.
Right. All right, Eric, you're breaking the tie.
I'm going with Classroom here. Yeah, I just thought it was Classroom.
All right. All right. So Assassination Classroom is up 2-1 or is up 2-0. They can win it. They can sweep in this next category. And it is voice acting. Dave, you get to start.
Yeah, and I'm going with Assassination Classroom here. Like I said, Rick and Morty had mixed reception with their voice acting as well. A lot of the fans found their voices unnatural, lifeless, and they didn't capture the charm of the original Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
A lot of people felt. Also, I think Assassination Classroom did better on their English dub version as well.
Yeah.
Because if you're watching Rick and Morty, the anime, their English dub, sometimes their subtitles aren't going with what they're actually saying.
Okay. All right, Eric.
I'm going Rick and Morty here. I mean Ricky and Morty here.
No, you got it right the first time.
Yeah.
You got it right
Rick
the
and
first
Morty.
time. You're not close enough with them to call him Ricky.
Okay. I
Hey,
thought
Ricky
it was
Bobby.
okay. Yeah, I always mess that up.
Hit him with the shake and bake.
Yeah. All right.
I always fuck that up.
So, this is the
I
one.
thought I fucked it up. That's why I corrected myself.
Hey! Family show.
Wow. Eric.
Sorry.
Whoa. Dropping effers out here.
We're getting get recorded. The one category I don't go with Rick and Morty. I went with Assassination Classroom.
Yeah, in the one category I didn't go with Classroom. I went with Rick and Morty.
They did a better job with their voice acting. So that's why I went with them. So Assassination Classroom is going to sweep.
Wow. So I won't be happy.
I don't know. Is he that big of a fan of the Rick and Morty anime, or did he just put it in there just because it's got the Rick and Morty stamp on it?
Yeah, I think that's the reason why he did it. The stamp. I think he enjoys the original Rick and Morty more.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, we now move on to the main event. Jackie Chan Adventures versus Danny Phantom. And Jackie Chan Adventures is 0-1 in the division of Danielle Davis. I believe. Let me just check that real quick. Yep. 0-1 there. And then Danny Phantom is 0-1 at negative 10 points in the division of Joey Bianco. So if Danny Phantom gets swept here, they're in that bottom of the barrel category. So, all right. We start with animation style. I'll go first on this one. I went with Danny Phantom. I've said it. I say it all the time. Nickelodeon animation to me was top notch. So, and this is Nickelodeon. So that's why I went with Danny Phantom. Dave, go ahead.
I actually went the other way here. Just because I feel like Danny Phantom had really good design and detail, but I feel like it was simpler motion. I feel like Jackie Chan, it was high quality, like action scenes. They had fluid movement, detailed backgrounds, and they had also magical elements. I mean, so did Danny Phantom in some sort, but I just felt like Jackie Chan, they were doing more like stuff with choreograph to make it more like, so their movements were more complicated, more sophisticated to detail and design than Danny Phantom's simpler motions.
Okay. All right. Eric, you're going to break a tie here again.
I'm agreeing with you, Doug. Danny Phantom. I liked
Okay.
it better. I thought it was cleaner and more detailed.
All right. He's agreed with me twice on this show. What is happening?
Expect the unexpected, Doug.
Yeah. Because to be honest with you, with the way Dave was talking, I was starting to agree with Dave.
Oh,
I mean, Danny Phantom did have like the cleaner look and more like, what would you say, like more like of a polished line, like between like their characters, the background and stuff. I just feel like Jackie Chan, it had more motion, more like more complicated motions, and they had really good detail as well. So because of the complications of their motions, that's why I picked Jackie Chan.
Fair enough. All right, so Danny Phantom, they're not getting swept. So they will stay out of that bottom of the barrel territory. But now we move on to cultural impact. Who had the bigger cultural impact, Dave?
Jackie Chan. His name brings an audience in itself. I loved this show growing up. I loved watching it again because we're doing this show. Danny Phantom, I did watch a little bit of that growing up, but I mean, to me, it's kind of boring. Jackie Chan, I was into the story. I was into the characters, and I liked what they were doing. I liked the action. Danny Phantom, it was like you knew what was going to kind of happen, and like I just didn't feel like their storytelling was as great as it could have been.
Right.
So for that reason, I'm going there.
Okay. Eric, you go next.
Yeah, Jackie Chan. He stole. I mean, he didn't steal. He said what I was going to say, especially because the Asian culture. He had an impact with Asian culture, obviously.
Yeah. I also went with Jackie Chan. I mean, again, like Dave just said, his name is attached to this thing.
Yep.
And when the show came out, he was still at the top of his game, because I'm pretty sure this came out like right, the popularity of Rush Hour, along with his, along with other stuff he was doing. So
love that movie.
Yeah. Oh, I'm upset at the fact that they had to make Rush Hour 3, because I thought they really brought things down. But Rush Hours 1 and 2 were top notch.
Oh yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Yep.
Classics.
Yeah. All right. 1-1. Nobody's getting swept. We move on to voice acting. Who had the better voice acting? Eric, you're going to start.
I'm going Jackie Chan here. I thought their voice acting is more top notch and more cleaner.
All right. I went the other way. I went Danny Phantom. Now, if Jackie Chan would have voiced himself, I'd probably go with Jackie Chan. But
That's
I
fair.
felt
Okay.
like
You didn't feel like James C. Did a good job voicing Jackie?
I don't know. I just felt like the Danny Phantom characters just did a better job. The voice actors.
They did
Fair
have a
enough.
strong cast too.
Yeah. So, all right, Dave, break the tie.
This one was actually where I literally have it wrote 50-50 because I feel like both shows did a really good job with their voice acting. I think that's where they both excelled really well.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with Jackie Chan here. I just really like the characters and how they voice acted them and made them unique. They made him unique. They made Jackie the energetic type of Jackie Chan that he was. I think they portrayed him very well with the voice acting. Not a lot of people could do that.
Right.
And I just think it was high quality. Nothing against Danny Phantom. I think they did a fantastic job. I think their cast was fantastic as well. I just give the slight edge to Jackie Chan.
Okay. All right. Jackie Chan is up 2-1. They can win it in the next category. Danny Phantom's not going to lose any more points, though. But their next category is fan base, so I got a feeling that Danny Phantom's probably going to stay where they're at. Or at least, I mean, I'll give my answer. My answer for fan base is Jackie Chan because he had a following at that time. So,
May I go next?
Go ahead.
I'm actually going the opposite way here.
Well, that makes things more interesting.
Yes. I feel like because Danny Phantom is a standalone. It's not based off of him. So I feel like the show itself has more of a larger, consistent, active fan base. I feel like Jackie Chan, I feel like the show doesn't really get talked about. It's not really very I just feel like its fan base was like they supported Jackie, so they were that fan base. But I mean, Jackie Chan's role has lessened over the years. I mean, you don't really hear about him talked about too much anymore. You do here and there, but I feel like the show itself, the cartoon itself, its fan base has kind of withered away.
That's a fair point.
So I feel like Danny Phantom, it gets brought up in Nickelodeon, some classics and stuff like that. So I think they take the fan base here, and the fan base for Danny Phantom is pretty active online as well.
Yeah. All right. So Eric's got a very important decision to make here. He decides whether or not this goes another category. And Eric, take it away.
I'm going Danny Phantom here. I just think it because it's standalone, and I think they just have more. I'd say Dave said more active fan base.
All right. So Danny, there's a chance here. We're going to the fifth category, which is, by the way, it's the first time that more than one show has gone to the fifth category in an episode in a while. Danny Phantom can either inch his way out of the negative a little bit or just go straight back to zero. Because he's either going to get 5 points or 10. Yep. Originality. Who had the more original concept? Dave, you're going to start.
Oh man, this was difficult. I'm going to go with Danny Phantom here. I think it blends like the superhero concept with the supernatural genre. And it focuses on like the identity of like the afterlife and stuff like that. Jackie Chan, I feel like it's just another adventure cartoon. They in martial arts format. I think that's what it was. I think they did a really good job. But we've seen celebrity tie-in cartoons before. That's nothing new. They just put a concept of martial arts and they're going for some talisman. And I feel like Danny Phantom's core premise is a lot more original.
All right, Eric.
I'm going Jackie. I just think it's slightly originality. I think they both have good originality, though. But slightly give the edge to Jackie.
All right, so earlier on, like when I first wrote this, I had a different answer, but then like I changed it like right after because it's just like nah, because I kind of talked myself out of the line of thinking that I had, and I went with Danny Phantom because even though Danny Phantom, like if we would have gone the theme song, I would have because Danny Phantom, I feel like their theme song kind of ripped off Pokemon with the "Gotta Catch 'Em All."
Fair enough.
That's fair.
But the original concept of a kid being a ghost while his parents are ghost hunters.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty original. So I went with Danny Phantom here. So Danny Phantom's going to win this thing 3-2.
I feel like Jackie Chan was like an Indiana Jones type, but like doing martial arts format.
Yeah.
Like they're looking for artifacts. I mean, that's what Indiana Jones did.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so
Artifacts, talismans.
and they're just, instead of using a whip and stuff like that, they're using their hands and battling with the talisman and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Danny Phantom's going to win this thing 3-2. They're going to, they get 10 points, but that takes them right back to 0. So they're out of the negative. Jackie Chan gets 5 points. So they actually have points now.
Good for them.
So
that was a good battle. Battle.
That was.
It was closer than I thought. I thought Jackie Chan was going to take this, no problem. And then I really started like looking at my categories. I'm like, wow, I actually got Danny Phantom for a lot of these.
Yeah. Well, by the way, Danny Phantom really has rebounded. I mean, they got demolished by One Piece. And
yeah. Well, that's not very fair, to be fair.
Well, exactly.
You're going against one of the so-called big three.
Yeah, exactly. But here it's just like they were a little more evenly matched.
Yep. And they came out on top.
Yeah. So, all right. So now we move on. Like I said, we're getting closer to the end of stage 2. Episode 27 of Animated Hour Power and Animated Showdown is when stage 2 comes to an end. And we're really going to have an idea of who's up at the top and as far as like points go. Like who's good, who's not. Even though we're still... Huh?
And it probably end of February, stage 2 would be if we do it, if we don't skip a week or anything.
If we're consistent.
Yeah.
Then yeah, but all right. So Saturday night on Animated Hour of Power, it's gonna be episode 22. We have Men in Black, the animated series, versus Ace Ventura Pet Detective, the animated series. Mob Psycho 100 versus Samurai Champloo. Street Sharks taking on Mummies Alive. And the main event is going to be Alvin and the Chipmunks versus Scooby-Doo. Where are you? Next Wednesday here on Animated Showdown, Lazarus is going to take on Black Butler. Recess takes on Rocco's Modern Life. Star Trek, the animated series, is going to take on Battle of the Planets. Here's one for you, Dave. Jujutsu Kaisen versus One Punch Man.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, goodness.
And that's not even the main event. The main event is Schoolhouse Rock versus Animaniacs.
Whew.
So,
Whew. You
So-
love putting up good animes against each other. I know you do.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make them earn the victory.
Yeah, fair enough. Make them earn it.
Yeah. That's basically what this is. It's just trying to make them earn and I'm trying to do that for a lot of shows too, which is why like I'm trying not to be like so one-sided.
Yeah, that's why we're not putting up like animes versus like simple cartoons that don't stand a chance.
I learned my lesson after stage 1.
which is okay.
Yeah.
Which is
But
okay.
because I'll tell you, like, and I'm kind of shocked. I think we had a pretty big upset earlier on with New Kids on the Block beating Pirates of Dark Water.
Yeah, I do believe.
Now it was close. They didn't blow them out of the water, out of the dark water. But they got to win. And New Kids on the Block, I think, is one of those shows where it's just like we didn't know if they were actually going to get any wins or not.
Yeah. Yeah. Good for them. Making a little bit of a comeback.
Yeah. At least until they have to go again. All right.
So had New Kids on the Block again?
You hear that, Donnie Wahlberg? Give us a shout out.
Yeah.
We gave you a dub today.
Yeah. So, John Mealy has New Kids on the Block. So, and I thought that was one of his weaker shows, but they got a win here. All right. Make sure to like and subscribe to the When Tunes Combine YouTube channel. Join the Facebook group, facebook.com/group/When Tunes Combine. You're going to find Wildcard Dave on Twitch at TCXGodsent95. Make sure to like and subscribe to the Unscripted Sports Show YouTube channel. Like and subscribe to the Wrestling for the Years YouTube channel. We're going to do the 2025 year-end awards this Friday night. Still don't know what the categories. I mean, we might know what the categories are by the time this airs.
NFL playoffs this weekend. So.
Yeah, NFL playoffs this weekend. So Eric will be covering all that on the Unscripted Sports Show. Make sure to follow Sean on Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, and Kick at TCAX Reaper. The Dizzle97 YouTube channel and Twitch. Make sure to like and subscribe to that. And the Stabcast with Daniel and Mindy. We will see everybody Saturday night for another episode of Animated Hour of Power. We're getting to the point again. Stage 2 is. I feel like we just started stage 2, and it's already like 6 weeks away from ending.
Yeah, flying through it. Time goes quick when you're having fun.
Exactly.
Not from wood.
Later, everybody.
Peace, everybody.